Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Bay of Fundy Fortunes. I'm Natalie. I'm here to do mid-month readings for the month of May 2019. For the sign of Gemini. What's up for Gemini for the last couple of weeks of May 2019? Bring forth guidance. This is for all three signs, your sun sign rising and your moon and your Venus as well. General reading, please remember that. Not everything will resonate with you. 5-card spread. First card is overall energy. Second card, wealth and finances. Third card, your hearth, your home, your intimate love, your friendships, your relationships. Fourth card, challenges, should there be any. And fifth card is your message from Spirit. And one more run, and I'm going to cut the deck. Consult with Felicia to see if these are indeed your cards, Gemini. Felicia, of the top 5 cards as this deck stands, the cards that are meant for the last 2 weeks of May, for the sign of Gemini, for the last 2 weeks of May 2019. Are these the cards to be meant in this spread? Thank you. All right. We have the first card, overall energy, 3 of Wands and motivation. Your next card, your wealth and finances. We have the 3 of Cups, reunion. Number 3, we have the Death card and transformation in your hearth and home, your relationships. We have card number 4 is your challenges, the 4 of Pentacles, security. Card number 5 is your message from Spirit. We have the King of Cups and understanding. All right, this is your mid-May spread. Okay, so, before I go any further, behind me here, my intuitive candle that I'm burning is called my meringue pie. And if you're new to intuitive candles, these are a 40-hour double wick candle, 40-plus hour double wick candle that is 100% soy-based, and they're all handcrafted right here in the province of New Brunswick in Canada. And when the wax melts down, you're left with beautiful reveals, like beautiful trees of life. And your caged stones, semi-precious stones, just about everything you could think of. They're absolutely stunning, just like the one I'm wearing here is the arrowhead. What is it again? It's a carnelian arrowhead. Anyways, they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. If you go to the site right now, they're running a special for a while. You get 10% off your complete order if you use the promo code BOFF10. That's BOFF10. Go to intuitivecandles.com and check out the different scents that they have there. And that's a beauty. It smells so lemony, clean and fresh. First card that we have for you, Gemini, is the 3 of Wands and motivation. So what motivates you? What motivates you? The last couple of weeks we're looking at here, Gemini, there's going to be a lot of enthusiasm to just about everything in your life. In your intimate loves, Gemini, love is being predicted. A new relationship. Celebrations over engagements or weddings even are in the air for some of you. This is a brilliant card for travel as well as the arts and sports. Who knew? This is a card that represents a dynamic attitude, and to have that is going to bring you the greatest results in anything that you're in unusual ways. If you're trying to solve any problems, any dilemmas, trying to make decisions, you can't seem to make a call on them. Open your mind up a little bit more. There's some dilemmas that are in your life are going to be bringing you great success, believe it or not. And you'll be successful at getting your message across to people if you have a message that you're trying to send out. In other words, you're trying to communicate with other people. This card sees you talking and communicating, and there's a method to the madness. There's reasoning behind it. But it shows that you appealing, talking, presenting to other people. It puts you under the spotlight, we'll say. The advice of this card is for you to think laterally, I'd say sideways thinking, because you need to try to find new ways to fire up communications and creativity so that you grab people's attention. If you're a writer, you got to grab the people within the first couple lines. I'd say 3 to 5 lines. If you don't grab them by then, they're going to yawn all the way through. It's that kind of a thing. You gotta figure out what the magic trick is. You gotta figure out what the magic punch, to put a punch into your ways. This is just for some of you. Remember, it's a general reading. It's not going to apply for everybody. This could be somebody trying to sell themselves to get hired on a job as well. Putting forth your best attributes, your talents, your capabilities, selling yourself, trying to grab them in, that to convince them they really need you. They need you to work for them. But you may have to do some, a friend of mine once said, and he had hitchhiked all across Canada. He died less than a year ago. And he said, you get stuck, and I'm not going to name the places because I don't want to do that. But they say you get stuck, and he'd say, you get stuck in that area, that's the worst place in the planet to ever get stuck. He said, because no one will talk to you. Nobody. They don't know you, they won't talk to you. And those that do won't speak in your language. They'll use their own. And they said, because him and somebody else have been hitchhiking, he said, in order to get picked up in that area hitchhiking, you gotta have a gimmick. And that's the whole point of me bringing it up. If you're trying to communicate with somebody to get them to accept you or your idea, you've got to have a gimmick that's going to grab their attention right away. Keywords here are travel. For some of you, relationships, freedom and openness, weddings, originality, success, the arts, and sports are going to be taking place over the next 2 weeks. Your second card, we're looking at your health, your health, your wealth, and your finances. We got the 3 of Cups and a lot of activity going on there where it's being a 3 within tarot. Your keywords here for this card, I must just bring right out front. The first card, first word at the top of the meanings is celebration. Friendships are being highlighted as well the last 2 weeks. There could be healing in some kind of relationship, such as a friendship. You could have had a falling out or words. You want to go out? You want out? You better be making me stop for not letting you out. Because you got a fresh bowl of food. Now, if you want to go out, come on. Come on. Go on out. Go out on the deck if you want. Go ahead. That's a good boy. There you go. That's a good boy. There. Okay. Flirtations and indulgence, or indulgence and flirtation, are going to be taking place for some of you during the last 2 weeks as well. Creativity. On a scale of 1 to 10 for the last 2 weeks, I would put you guys at about an 8 for stuff going on, activity, good things. The advice of this card, Tarot wants you to be carefree while you can. Enjoy the company that you keep, and enjoy the company and surround yourself with the people that you love, the people that you can feel yourself with and let your hair down with. Put your feet up, laugh out loud, snort, deep belly laughs. Spend around time with people like that don't judge you, don't look down, that don't hold for propriety when they're all together as a unit. There's going to be a family gathering of some kind of a celebration, because this 3 predicts weddings and parties, reunions. Predicts precious time spent with those that you love and that love you. If any of you are working on a creative project at this time as well, now's the time to get in the zone, and that's going to generate your money sector, is what it's going to do. This is a great card. It's a good card. It's high activity. Falling into your finances and wealth shows a lot of good, healthy activity there as well. There's activity. It's not stagnant. It's not dead. It's growing. It's moving. It's flowing. It's thriving. That's a good thing for you, Gemini. Card number 3 is showing some transitions going on in your life, or maybe a transformation within your own personality, your own spirit, or the way you view the world. We've got the card of death, which basically is indicating that something old is being removed from your life. Something that's no longer, or somebody that's no longer serving any purpose in your life. There's no reason for them to be there. They're blocking growth. It's blocking, it's making things stagnant in some area. So Mother Nature, death, they remove things from our life in that fashion, in the most natural way. And there are going to be changes, is what it's saying. There are going to be changes that are going to be probably beyond your control. There's really nothing you can do about it, except to let everything play out. But something is being removed for your life to make room for something that's been sitting on the horizon waiting to come in for a while. There's going to be a big change for some of you. A change in your whole purpose of life for some, for very, very few of you. A change of purpose in life. As such as the boat, when they watched her sink, and she was a fishing dory at one time. She sank to the seabed floor, and they said she was dead in the water. She wasn't dead in the water. She'd just been repurposed. Same as you. You find a new purpose to go on. Taking old, making room for the new. Embrace any changes that are coming your way. There's a card of rebirth following endings. Some things will end and other things will be reborn. It's a card of change and relief, release, conclusions, and endings as well. This is showing something within the home life changing. You know, now, I'm feeling for some Geminis, you're not going to be real comfortable with these changes, but you can't do anything about them. They are what they are. They were meant to be. They were meant to happen. They were meant to unfold in the way that they are unfolding. But a lot of you are not going to like this. But some Geminis are almost anal in a nerdy kind of way. No offense, because I got friends that are nerdy, and I call them that, and they know it's a term of endearment. But some of you are uptight. You don't like surprises. Some of you just don't like that. You don't like not knowing what's going on or about to happen. You don't like being kept in the dark or any of those things. So some of you are going to squirm through this. You won't make the transition any easier on yourself. You'll make it harder. A lot more tension there that needs to be. And remember, you're putting it there yourself. It's just as simple as that, because you don't like the change. These changes are there for the betterment of you. These changes are going to be a positive influence on your life from here on out, especially that at home. For some of you as well, may feel pressure into marriage, because this is a close to home card, and this brings about a complete transition and a transformation. Going from being single to being married is a huge transition for some of you. And some of you may be faced with that. Some of you may look forward to it. I'm feeling that's the lower end of things. The other part is some of you feel like, yes, I know this is the next step, just not really ready for it. Some of you have been at this for 10 years. What do you mean you're not ready for it? What do you mean you're not ready for it? Life grows, especially relationships. It's now to either you go through with it or you leave it, right? But you have to make a decision, but because it's not fair to the other people involved, to the other person that's involved. That's a good kitty. And go back to bed now. Go back to bed. Okay. Challenges. I just looked at the clock. It's at 17:17. Four of Pentacles, security. Some of you feeling challenged against your security. It's very, very possible. But this card being a 4, and 4s are all about stillness and rest. This 4 in particular is security card of tarot. This is a card of calm. Lucky for you. It's a card of order. It's a card about being open to change and wanting you to do that and suggesting that you follow through that. Finances are on track at this time. And you're being encouraged to acknowledge, be grateful for, and embrace the foundation that you have built around you. It's time to acknowledge that. It's a card of stillness and stability, order and balance, protection, property. Finances just need a little bit of attention. You don't need to, there's not a big stretch here for you to feel secure in a financial way. There's no big stretch here. That's for some of you. Your last card, your message from Spirit, the King of Cups, and understanding. This is a king, and you're being encouraged to adapt these if you don't have them already, but integrity is number 1. He has integrity. He has honor. He has sensitivity. He's devoted to his family, his friends, his career. Does this sound like you? Loyal for life. This is somebody that feels everything but might not always show it. Sometimes they become a little bit more distant. And usually when Gemini becomes a little distant, quiet, a little withdrawn, a little apart from the crowd, it's because they've experienced or seen something that they can't make heads nor tails out of, something they don't quite understand. They're trying to make sense of something. So that's just a flight that they may be a little inward at the moment, but not to hold that against them. Don't get angry with them if they're not as responsive as quickly as you'd like them to be, or at all, for that matter, because there's other things that are distracting them very seriously. And if you're relating to this card, this king is indicating that you should balance your empathy with others with fairness to yourself. The reason being, because he's the king understanding, you've got to understand that you have to feed your own self and nurture your own self first before you're any good to anybody else. And you're not to give away all your energy because somebody's in dire straits. You can give them some of your energy to help them through, to carry through whatever you offer, but you've got to hold back for yourself so you'll be a good purpose to other people around you. You'll be ready. But it's a beautiful thing. The Spirit is sending the message for you to sit with another in time of need. So anybody that's called to sit with another during time of need, drop what you're doing and go there for them. That one gesture of you dropping where you are, dropping what you're doing, and immediately going to them is going to touch this person in a way that nobody else can touch. And to know that you are pulled this way by the universe and by destiny to be there, and be grateful that you were chosen. Don't look at it as an inconvenience. Be grateful that you were chosen. And some of you need to be told that because you're Geminis. It's the way of the sign. The advice of this card for you, Gemini, is to follow your emotions. But don't feel that you have to explain every move that you make to other people. You don't have to do that. Just trust your own self, your own intuition, your own feelings, that despite what other people may tell you or say to you or show to you, you need to know that you're right. You can trust in that and know that you are right. Keywords are empathy, sensitivity, loyalty, maturity, commitment, and honor. And sometimes, Gemini, we have to make new commitments to new people in our lives. There's a problem with Gemini. Sometimes they commit to people, and these people, certain so-called people, have walked away from them and broken their commitments to Gemini. Gemini still holds on to the same commitment that was made, even though the people are no longer there. Wake up, Gemini. Nice little gentle wake-up call, Gemini. It's time for you to start putting your commitments into new people, new plans, new future dreams, following through. You have to let go what doesn't exist anymore and put everything in new. That's what you have to do. Anyways, there you go, Gemini. That was your reading for mid-May. You got a lot of stuff going on there. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some direction and some insight. For those of you that might like to have a personal reading with me, I do offer that service. Look down below this video window in the Show More section. Grab the email you see from me there. Read through everything once. Ship it off. I'll get you taken care of. Also, if you'd like to join us on Facebook, we're under groups, Bay of Fundy Fortunes. We're closed and we're private, and it's a beautiful place to be. The last part is, if you're looking for me and I'm not here, I'm usually found down below, down at the cove, on the beach, walking along the water's edge to bring the highest tides in the whole planet, the Bay of Fundy. Go ahead and Google that. And no matter where you find me, chances are you'll always find me watching and waiting on the next change of tides. I wish you all the best of the best the last 2 weeks of the month of May. And I'll be back, and I can't believe I'm going to say it, but back for June. And here it is, Gemini, too. Boys, that shows me how close my birthday is, because it doesn't feel like that. I think of my birthday as months away, and it's not. It's in July. July seems a long ways away, when today was cold enough to snow. So, I guess I got a birthday coming up faster and sooner than I thought. Anyway, keep the peace in, people. So you can share that love, that light out with the rest of the world. Live each moment of each day under the microscope of the universe. Believe that, and you'll never go wrong. Goodbye for now.